All right, so here we are with a new seed. As you can see, I spawned in a jungle, which is probably one of my least favorite places to spawn. But thankfully, unlike the last time, it wasn't that far from like a plains village, which is kind of what I tend to gravitate towards. I know that Savannah is probably my second one that I tend to prefer to spawn in, but in this situation, we got lucky and got a plains biome that was conveniently really close to this nether portal. All I needed was to get rid of some of the weeping obsidian, I think is what it's called, if I remember correctly, and get the last few pieces of obsidian, and it would be complete. You can sort of see the village. It was kind of wedged in between these two mountains, which was kind of interesting. Had a farmer, and pretty soon after kind of reforming some of the terrain, I decided to go caving. It was kind of interesting just because this one had kind of a couple of different entrances. So I just ran around with a torch trying to light it all up so that no mobs would come popping up behind me. I don't know what I would do in this game. I mean, I already do have kind of a hard time with it, but I don't know what I would do if I had to deal with the lighting levels that before the 1.18 update. I don't think I would have been able to even get this far. Considering that I die every episode, I'm a little surprised. But I saw this really large kind of opening area, and I ended up just kind of covering it up with cobblestone just because I didn't want, even though nothing could technically get me up there, some skeletons could hit me. And as you can see, I found some iron, which was kind of nice. And then when I went back to caving, I found the beginnings of a mine shaft, but I learned my lessons from last time and quickly boarded up and went elsewhere. And promptly found lava instead of diamonds. And as you can see, I'm swapping between my water and my carrots and my water bucket. But thankfully, I was able to figure out what I needed to do and get it kind of covered up. So while I'm dealing with this lava, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. It really reminds me that I should actually try and beat this game. Not that I haven't tried before, but focus in on it. Anyways, so I ended up just blocking it out and kept running into lava. I must have been underneath a big lava pit. At this point, I had looked up where the ideal levels for diamonds were, and I think I just happened to be under a lava pit. But eventually I did find some diamonds, which was very exciting. As you can see in my hotbar, I have 3. And then I found this one, which made 4. Math. My goodness. Anyways, but only 1. And then I found this other little lava pool, but I decided since it wasn't coming actively at me, I would leave it there because I knew that I was going to need obsidian in order to make an enchanting table. But I didn't have enough, so I decided that I would make a diamond pickaxe because then I could break the obsidian. So I kind of cleared it out and worked pretty hard at trying to figure out how this stuff works. I kept on dropping my water source and having to back up, and then I would end up opening up some more lava and backing up again. So I decided to start mining obsidian, but it kept on getting burned by this lava, so I kept on making apparently cobblestone generators. Woo, so exciting, except that I wouldn't often get the cobblestone. Anyways, so I dropped down into this little opening to try and get these pieces, and I don't know what it is, but I always throw my pickaxe instead of moving forward. I panic. Anyways, so I backed up and covered this up with cobblestone and picked up my water source. And then I saw that this was opening, opened that up, saw lava, touched it, and panicked. And as you can see, as I'm typing in the bottom, and died.